was like late 81 into 82, 83.
Okay.
But they made their name with me. And they was rocking with FaZe for a little while before they was with me.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know that. I didn't know FaZe was DJing. He might have did a party or two with them. From what Dynamite told me, he said they did a party or two with FaZe. I never knew that. It was down with FaZe. FaZe wasn't FaZe back then. I known him as DJ Easy Al back then. His name wasn't DJ FaZe. His real name is Booby.
Right.
At least that's what we used to call him back then, Booby.
Okay.
And then when I guess his first DJ name was Easy Al. Because he used to rock with us in the early 80s, me and Clyde on our set. In Bronxville. We talking like 83, 84.
Easy Al.
Yeah, I got some tapes of him on it. At least two parties we did with him.
As we dance the night away, and boy, your lips taste like a night of champagne. As I kiss you again and again and again and again. Everybody asks me why I'm falling out from ear to ear. But I know
DJ FaZe, this how I do. I've been doing it since 1971 and I'm still doing it. That's how you know it.
Go ahead, say that again.
First off, the guy that said that hip hop wasn't created.
Brown skin is amazing.
Another issue is about, how they said disco was before hip hop.
Who said that? I thought we cleared that already.
Nah, we ain't cleared it because
Okay.
people are still saying it. Another thing that I wanted to clear up was about the being called the color black.
Do you really believe you have a black life?
That's one of the most important things for me.
It is.
It really is. Because number one, our people are so used to things being given to them.
Okay.
Our people are so used to honoring anything the pink people say. They're so used to turning on their own people. Our people are so used to turning on their own people. And our people, meaning the brown people, will actually go to the pink person first and believe what the pink person says instead of their own people, their own brown people. And that has to stop. It has to stop all over.
You don't feel like it's stopping, it's slowing down?
No.
You don't feel like we going in the right direction?
I don't think so. You know why? Because just like all of these social media platforms, anything that's the trend, no matter if it's right or wrong, if our people see that a lot of people like it, so you can say something that's wrong. And so if they see that our brown people like it, and say that you know, that they want to be down or they whatever, they're going to jump on it. And that has to stop, because look how much we're losing. Look how much our people are losing. Look at the fact that we really don't have anything. We don't have anything, nothing. Like, there's nothing that we have as a group of people. We don't have no flag. We don't have no identity.
Let's just make one.
So, well, we're trying to do that, but where's the help? Where's the support? Where's the support from our people? It can't just be me and you against the world. You know, it has to be. We have to have support.
I see support, FaZe. I see support.
What have you seen this so far?
Support. I
Like
see
what?
support. Like
what?
even
Like what?
just people jumping on board, and I just see our brothers coming together and speaking up.
Okay.
You know.
And what do they say? They say black power, right?
Peace and black power.
And what do they say? They say black power, right?
Nah. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem, still calling ourselves black.
Okay.
And that's the issue, you know, and FaZe. But look, a lot of our brothers may have invested interests in calling us black. They may have started a business that pertains to black, that has black in it.
And
So
that's
they
why
might not
I'm
want to let go
of that.
of calling us black people.
Right. And I understand that.
Right.
But I don't understand it, because if you're so-called trying to do something that's going to bring our people to the other side, then why are you still doing something that is entrapping our people from the beginning?
Because they may feel like it's not that serious.
Okay, so how can it not be that serious?
Yeah, I agree with you. It is very serious.
How can it not be that serious?
Right. Identity is very, very serious.
It's very,
Identity.
very serious.
Self-identity.
And then it's the reasoning and why they even did it in the first place.
And so after the colour fixing, then attributes were then attached to the colour.
There's a reason why the color black is defined as satanic, evil, wicked.
But you know what they say? They say, well, that's the Caucasian man's definition.
Okay, so
They say that's his definition.
Okay, so let's say that. Let's say that's the Caucasian, the pink man's definition.
Right.
Why would you even use anything that the pink man is giving you? Why would you even use anything that the pink man is giving you?
Because they say we have our own understanding, our own definition.
Okay, so where is that at?
They say black is supreme. They say black is all of these things.
Where's that written at?
Right. Well, brothers will say that though. They say black is the dominant gene. Black is I forgot the words they use, but you know, black is the dominant gene that all things came out of.
Okay, so where is that at? Where is that written at? See, that's the whole
That's
problem.
written. Some of it's written in the lessons.
Listen.
Or the Nation of Islam.
Listen, what we're saying, right, and what we're talking is already their language.
English, right.
Okay? So we were stripped of our language. We were stripped of our culture. We were stripped of everything. So now we're using their culture, we're using their language to say that no, we're not that.
Right.
And you can't, how can that even happen? If you're gonna say that, then you're gonna say, okay, let's go back to our language, let's go back to our culture and use that. Don't use what they already gave you, because that's exactly what they're telling you to do. Right. They're telling you to say black under white. They're telling you that. That's the main thing. You go to do an application, they're telling you that white is on top of black.
Right.
They already tell you in the Declaration of all of that. You know, there's the Constitution. They're telling you that if you're non-white, you can't be a citizen. So they're telling you that. So they're telling you if you're black, you can't be a citizen.
Well,
all right? So no, I'm not talking about the Constitution.
Okay.
The Constitution, period, says all non-whites cannot be citizens of the United States of America. Okay? So basically what they're saying to you is that if you're black, if you're brown, if you're anything other than white, which they categorize themselves as heavenly, pure, without sin, then, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you the pink people will never switch it around and say, okay, we're black and you're white.
Right.
I bet you they won't do that. If they do that, then they're going to change the definition.
Well, our color is closer. Our color is closer to black, I guess. So, that's the thing. And like I say, it's an emotional attachment from slavery. We emotionally attached to the calling ourselves black because our skin color may be closer to black.
Then what?
Than pink people and beige people. So our skin color is closer to black. So brothers don't see that as a big thing. They say, well, so what? Our eyes and our hair is black, so we're black.
Well, I just don't get it.
Right.
I don't get it.
It's an emotional attachment. They don't want to let black go.
But listen. if that was the case, right, then why do they have a definition to it? See, I'm with the definitions of words.
I could have been any color. I could have been red. I could have been white.
There's no value.
But now I'm black.
Yeah.
And that's fixed. So now that we've fixed the colors, now value was being attached to that color. But now we have this fixing of black, white, red, brown, and it seems at this time, in this period in Arabia, they were attaching inferiority to the color black.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? I'm more into if you call something pink, then it's pink.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying, okay, well, there's a definition, but we're going to change that definition and make it this.
But see, they say that that's the pink man's definition. They say in nature, like if you look at the universe, the shade of the universe, they say that's powerful. They say everything came out the blackness of the universe.
Okay.
So they say that's the pink man's definition. We're not counting that. They say we count by our understanding of black.
Okay. And from my knowledge and from what I'm saying, what I've seen so far, I have not even seen black because everything that is reflected. See, we're dealing with reflections too.
Okay.
All right. And so when you look at the sky, even at night, because of the stars and because of the moon and things, it's actually blue. The reflection comes out as blue, not black. If you really think about black, you're thinking about the something that's maybe a abyss,
Like
meaning
a black hole.
Yes, like right. So you're looking at a black hole. Our Earth, because of the stars and because of the sun and because of the moon, the reflection that we appear to see is blue. So when you look at the sky in the daytime, it's blue.
It's blue, right?
Right? And so, this blackness that you're saying that everything comes out of, to me, is like basically impossible for life to have blackness. Because number one, just say for instance, your parents are black, right?
Okay.
If that was your actual color,
Right.
how could the sun penetrate the nutrients and stuff to your body that has to be there?
Well, we never saw a black skinned person. So
Okay,
that's
but
an
that's what I'm
illusion.
saying.
We never
Alright,
saw a black skin
Okay,
person.
so now
That's
that's
an
just like that. What you just said it right now. We're always on the illusion of things instead of the real thing. You see what I'm saying? We're always substituting the real thing for what coulda, shoulda, mighta.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I think that's where our people are losing out.
Right.
Because, you know, as a people, why we can't have real? Why
Right.
we can't have the effect of being real? Why it's got to be the illusion? Because that's what the whole thing is. The illusion is that the pink people are superior to us. That's the illusion of things. That's
Right.
not definite. That's not real. That's just the illusion of things.
FaZe, let me say, you're 100% right? Now, let me give you something maybe you didn't think about. Now, look where we at, right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
My
Even though you don't
old-
live
my-
here.
my second
even,
building.
right, even though you don't no longer live here, right? But
Right.
look where we at. So now, think of how many great teachers our people has listened to over the years.
Right.
And none of them really stressed the importance of not calling ourselves black anymore. Some have, like Elijah Muhammad, he said the so-called black man, and that was a step in the right direction, but still they recognize the black man. So now all of our teachers never stressed the importance of stopping this false identity. How are people really going to take us? Like, you know, we in the projects, people like, oh, they just talking that. They may not be understanding the importance of disassociating ourselves with this illusionary identity.
Right. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up.
Right.
All right. This is my second building.
Okay.
All right. This is 1085 Beach Avenue. And when I was born in Harlem, my family came to 1055, which is the first building of Bronxdale.
Okay.
Now, some of the comments said that I'm still in Bronxdale.
Right.
My family hasn't been in Bronxdale. Well, I have some family that's still here, you know, but my immediate family have left Bronxdale over 40 years ago.
Right.
The reason that I'm here now is because I love my beginnings, and I come back to my beginnings to support my beginnings.
Say that again, because this thing was going. That thing was going back. You said you come back.
I come back to support my beginnings.
Okay.
Now, the people that say, "Oh, I haven't left Bronxdale," in reality, they're probably still in the same positions that they were
Right.
in 40 years ago.
Right.
And so they try to hate on my family
Right.
for getting out, but still coming back to support.
Right.
Okay?
The truth is, most of the people on Microwave TV don't live in Bronxdale no more. Even Fat Mike himself moved out of Bronxdale many years ago, and when a lot of those videos was in his apartment, that wasn't in Bronxdale.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
but FaZe, I don't want to get off the topic. Topic is people may be underestimating the importance of self-identity, of calling themselves black.
Negro.
And that's what I'm
You know what I'm
talking
saying?
about. That's one of the things that I'm actually talking about. Because you know, they feel like, okay, so you're a part of this environment, and just like you said, oh, we're talking about we just some kids in the projects or whatever, and so they identify that to what our being is, our way out or whatever, which we want to teach because you know, I'm gonna be honest, the older people, it's a waste of time even talking to them.
Right.
You know, they'll never understand. They're stuck in their ways, and that's it. But the younger people,
Right.
imagine if we could get the younger people to stop calling themselves black.
Right.
If we could get the younger people to stop killing each other, if we could get the young people to understand that they are actually kings and queens, you see what I'm saying? And that this is our land. During my research, I had to get on this subject now, because I know you remember
But I still want to say some
doing
things. But let me say
Okay.
this about black.
Okay.
The emotional attachment. Now, I want to mention a name. I'm going to call him a brother Sarnetta, right?
Yes.
Now, this is what I mean by emotional attachment. You watch Sarnetta's show, for years, he's been going off on religion.
What is the excuse for God? And this is why God is going on trial today for murder, for treason, for being a compulsive liar.
Religion is no good for us. Religion needs to be getting rid of. Caucasian religion, Christianity. We got to get rid of that. Why? Because it came from slavery to enslave us. This religion.
Right.
It was never meant for us to carry this Bible into this year right here, into the years beyond. After coming out of slavery, we should have been burnt that shit. But it's stuck into our subconsciousness. So family, it's time for us to get free. Family, this book, when you really study this Bible, the Bible has to be decoded. It has to be, we got to break the chains of psychological slavery.
But yet, he'll turn around and say black power.
Peace and black power.
Calling yourself black came from the same people who gave us the religion.
And see, that's what you're
So
saying.
how you gonna say we need to get rid of
because
Caucasian religion, but keep the Caucasian identity of black?
Because you just said it. You just said it. It's the emotional attachment that
Right.
they have.
Right.
And so our job is, because you got to understand, the Creator must have instilled something in me and you
Right.
to spread and tell. Okay? So if that's the case, then we have to. This is something that was given to us, that was instilled in us to do. And so the hardest part of that job or that requirement that we have to give is not being able to overwhelm them instead of letting them understand. See, you remember when I was telling you about how people, one monkey do see, one monkey do, right?
Right.
So our culture, and it's not even really our culture, it's our beings are always looking for recognition. And so if a person is saying, if a cool person is saying this is cool, then whether our people believe it or not, because that cool person said it's cool,
Right.
it's going to be cool. So we need to instill in people that are supposed to be quote unquote cool,
Right.
to get each other, because that's how hip hop started.
Okay.
You see, and oh man, when we get on this hip hop thing, it's gonna be something else.
Right.
But back to the black. Imagine if we developed what we are instead of somebody developing what we are.
Right. Name ourselves instead of somebody naming us.
Right. Imagine if we named ourselves.
But they'll say, well, what's wrong with being black?
The word for black is
negro, negro.
Now you try it.
Negro.
But they'll say, well, what's wrong with being black? What's wrong with
I
calling
just gave you
yourself
100. I just gave you 100.
black? Can we overcome as black people?
No.
We
Not
can't
at all.
overcome as black people.
We cannot.
Can we win as black people?
Nope.
We
Nope.
can't win.
It's
as black
already
people?
set. You're already set. Black is already set under white. So there's no way it's going to go over white, and that's the only way we're going to accomplish anything.
Right.
There's no way it's going to be on the same level as white,
Right.
because that's the only way we would have accomplished anything. And so there's no way the color black for our people will bring us to nowhere other than where they put us.
You know what, FaZe? And you know, I would think that just the knowledge of knowing that the sun is white is enough to change some of these brothers' minds. The sun is a white star, so...
Ask anybody what color the sun is, and they'll tell you that it's yellow. Or they'll probably look at you like you're spaced out. But the truth about the sun is that it's not yellow at all. The actual, factual, natural color of the sun is white. So why does the sun appear to be yellow? Well, let's think about this. The sun emits the visible spectrum of light. That's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, all of those colors. Now to us, when you combine all of those colors together, it appears to be white. And white light is also known as polychromatic light. Poly meaning many, and chromatic meaning color. So the reason why the sun appears to be yellow is the same reason why the sky appears to be blue. So the Earth's atmosphere plays a big role in this. The Earth's atmosphere acts as a giant Instagram filter that alters the color of the sun. As white light from the sun enters the Earth's atmosphere, some of the colors get scattered. The colors that get scattered are blue and violet, and that's why our sky appears to be blue. Now the Earth's atmosphere, the giant Instagram filter, what it basically does is it's subtracting violet and blue from the white light. And when you subtract those colors from white, you get that yellowy, orange fireball color that we're used to seeing in our sky. And that's the reason why the sun appears to be yellow. But don't forget, the actual, natural, factual color of the sun is white.
You know, it sheds a white light, so I would think that having that knowledge is enough to say, well, you know what, something ain't right. Especially the brothers that follow the Egyptian thing, the Kemet thing.
Today's video is about the meaning of the word Kemt, which is the most famous name of ancient Egypt. The green shape is a crocodile skin and it is pronounced as K. The owl is pronounced as M, and the half circle is T, while the circle in the bottom is a silent letter which is called Niu, and it's the hieroglyph for city. Kemt is translated to the Black Land, which leads some people to misunderstand the meaning of Kemt and think that it means the land of the black people, which is absolutely not true. In ancient Egypt, the black color was called Kem, and just like all of colors in ancient Egypt, black had a symbolic meaning most of the time. Sometimes it was used to represent death, the underworld, and fertility. And that's exactly the reason why Egypt was called the Black Land, because of its fertile soil.
You know, the Kemet, from my understanding, ancient Kemet, ancient Egypt, they call themselves children of the sun. So if they were children of the sun and the sun is white, why are you calling yourself black?
Because simple fact of, I don't know what it was with the pink people. Because if you really stop to think about it, there should have never been slavery.
Okay.
There should never have been slavery.
Okay.
What did the pink man do to get us to believe that they were superior over us? What did they do? What was that moment in time that said, okay, we're superior to you and we can own you?
Part of it was calling themselves white and that we was black. Part of that.
Right.
But we're not black. We're the brown of this earth.
Of this earth.
We're the brown of the earth.
Right. Show that again.
We're the brown of the earth.
Again.
We're the brown of the earth.
We're the brown of the earth because this, oh man, you hit such a deep point when you just hit that. You know, this is really, 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 really deep when you think about it. Everything that they're talking about that comes from blackness actually comes from browns. Okay? You see that tree? You see the leaves? You see, okay, if it wasn't for the trees, we wouldn't be able to breathe.
Okay.
Okay? If it wasn't for the dirt, we wouldn't be able to plant. Okay, we wouldn't be able to survive without this brown dirt. Okay, so just that alone should give them the knowledge to know that it's not black that it comes from, it's brown. And if you look at that dirt and look at our skin, we can almost be it.
Right. Right.
Okay, and so far they said that we came from the dirt, and that's where we came from.
Right.
And
That's
so
what the scripture
why,
says.
That's why on earth would we let someone else come and tell us no?
Who we are, right?
You didn't come from that. Y'all come from blackness,
Right.
and then get tricked into.
Well, let me ask you a question. You said, when did Caucasians
Not
become...
Caucasian. I don't call them Caucasian.
Okay, pink people.
Pink people.
Where
That's what
did-
they are. Pink
Salute to you with
people.
that. Salute to you with that, definitely. Now, when did you said, when did pink people assume the position of superiority? or something like
Assume or take.
that? Take the position. You know what? To me, you know what?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleed?
So, FaZe, let me ask you one question, right? I remember Malcolm X saying, why do you hate this about yourself? Why do you hate that about yourself?
Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Is calling ourselves black a form of self-hate?
Of course.
Yeah? Because we're not really black.
Right.
We're brown.
And like I said before, it's something that was given to us. It was something that we were being called. It's
Right.
nothing that we created. It's
Right.
nothing that, so for all of our creations are led by the wayside. Anything that the pink man does, we live by. So you're definitely, if you know the definition, his creation of a definition for us, why would you call that? Why would, if you know his definition? Because you got to understand that when we call ourselves black, that's what he is calling us.
Right.
Okay, and so in his definition, black is all the terrible things that you could think of. So if he's calling you that,
Right.
he's saying that that's what you are.
Right. That's a
And
good
so
point.
if we call each other that, we're saying that that's what we are. You can't change his definition of it.
And the biggest thing is, we're not black.
But
That's the biggest thing.
because there's the illusion of what he said.
Right.
We're not under them.
Right.
They're not superior to us.
We're supposed to name ourselves.
Exactly.
The only thing that somebody got to write to name is children and pets.
Right.
That's what you name. Children and pets.
Right.
You don't name another human being. Human
Exactly.
beings, let them name themselves.
Exactly. And so they're everything, and I said this earlier, everything that we are, they gave to us. They said we're American. They gave it to us. They said we're black. They gave it to us. You know,
We
they
have
said,
to declare who we are.
right. We have to declare. We have to you pledge allegiance to them.
We don't have to. Right.
No, we don't have to, but that's what
That's
is
what they
expected
teach our
of us.
children to do.
Yeah, that's what they teach our
Right.
children to do. So
Pledge allegiance, right.
right.
But I think they took that out. I hope they took it out of schools. That was mad deep. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
To
of
the
United States.
flag.
It's mad deep.
I
That's
mean,
mad deep.
You know,
That's mad
come on. And so, as children, and they grew up with that, that's all they know. That's all they know.
Right.
And that's what's happening. People are only doing what they know. They're not inquiring what they don't know. And that's what the problem is. Because if they knew that soil, that tree was put here for us, it would be a total different thing.
Right.
It'll be a total different thing. No matter where you slice it, look at the brown.
Right.
Look at what comes out of brown.
Right.
Okay, that's not black.
Right.
That's not black. Everything comes from black, like the saying is or whatever. That's brown.
Right.
And the tree comes up from the brown. The plants come up
right.
from the ground.
Phase, you know, I saw a video that said, like we do in this world, in this capitalist
I gotta
world.
show you this
Go ahead.
one more time. What color is that?
Brown.
What color is that?
Brown.
What color is this?
Brown.
What color is this?
Brown.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. See
Right.
my skin?
Right. Shades of brown. That's what we are. Shades of brown. Tints of brown, shades of brown, however you want to word it.
And where's this from?
The earth.
This is from God, from the earth.
Okay.
Okay? So all that other stuff that y'all coming up with about black,
right?
Just know that the pink people gave you that name.
Right. Okay. So the next subject. How I see things, thanks partly to you, and just partly to other things in life, I see us calling ourselves black as a major pitfall for us.
Hindrance.
Yeah, hindrance. Calling our identity itself is a hindrance. And I've grown to see that. It's like sometimes when you step out the matrix and you look back at the matrix and you say, wow. Right.
Right.
Now the thing is, so we're there, right? As far as understanding that black is no good as an identity for us. But there are brothers who say, well, because we did the video the other week about black. So now, one of the things I didn't ask you that I need to ask you now or bring to you now, what about for the brothers who say, well, black is, we know we not the color black. They say we know we not the color black, but black is our cultural identity.
Black is my cultural identity. It's not a mentality. The food I eat is not a mentality. The language I speak is not a mentality. That's my culture. You know what I'm saying? Black is a cultural doing. It's something that I inherited from my mother, my father, the land. Like when you look at the etymology of culture, it literally, like it denotes, it says cultivated through the land. So when you say you're black, you're saying this is my culture. You're saying that this was something that was raised through the land. It's not something you can just come and be overnight. You have to go through this. And it started with a black classification. We're all we're classified as black, you know, centuries over damn near 2 centuries ago, and then it flourished into a cultural identity. Black is not an ideology, it is my cultural sovereignty. So that's all I gotta say.
What about for the brothers who say, well, black is, we know we not the color black. They say we know we not the color black, but black is our cultural identity. And, you know, it got to do with our history as black, and that's why we call ourselves black.
Okay. So you want me to go in and let you know?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why they have definitions.
Okay.
Okay. Look at the definition that black is used for.
But a lot of brothers may feel like they could change and make their own definition.
Okay, but that's where the problem is.
Right, trying to make their own definition.
Because if they could change the definition, then why don't they just change the word?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, people think that, okay, so if one day I'm eating a hamburger and I decide, no, I don't want to call this a hamburger right now. It's going to be different. Or it's not, a hamburger is not for consumption, it's for looking at.
Okay.
That's changing the definition of the hamburger.
Okay.
So no matter how you slice it, we're talking English.
Right.
Which is theirs, not our language.
Okay.
So how are we going to use their language and change their language?
Right. Yeah, you got a good point with that.
Okay, so how can we change their definition, because it's their language, it's their definition.
Right.
So
that they threw on us.
That they not threw on, they gave us. And this is what we were talking about before.
Right.
The receiving, giving, and receiving. Just like I said, giving us Black History Month. giving us the name black, which all of the other things come with it. Negro, nigger.
The word for black is
negro, negro.
Now you try it.
Negro.
Nigger. All of that comes from the word black. So there was a reason why they wanted to stop being called Negro. The Negro spirituals and stuff. There was a reason why. And what it should have been was, okay, if you have a problem with Negro, then you have a problem with black. Because all of the language, the European language, revives from, I guess, the Spanish dialect or whatever whatever, you know, I don't even get into all of that. But anyway, so for it to be black, black is black.
So
and then wait a minute, one more thing, which we finally did it on video. We did a closer image of the earth, and we saw that it was brown.
Right.
And
now,
that was the best thing we ever did.
Right. Now, and then when it gets wet, it gets even darker, right?
Right.
But see, look, the thing is,
look how dark it is.
Yeah, it gets darker when it gets wet. And that's our color. Right. And that's our color. But look, FaZe, people say, well, we know we're not the color black, but black is a mentality.
He referred to black, quote unquote. He said black is a mentality. He said black is a mentality.
You know, black is a mentality. Black is a...
That's not saying nothing. That's absolutely saying nothing. Okay, we know we're not the color black, so then why are you going to be black? Why do we always have to substitute for real?
Okay. You mean
question.
settle for illusion?
Settle for illusion, substitute for real.
Right.
All the time. Why do we have to do that? Okay, well, maybe if they, you know, they're saying that we don't deserve this or whatever. Okay, let's settle for what they say that we deserve. Okay, well, if we can't get our reparations, then we'll settle for what they give us. And we have
we can create our own name. Is that what you're saying?
We gotta create we have to take our identities back.
Right.
That's what we have to do. We have to be able to claim ourselves, our lives, our children's lives back.
For our children.
We're on borrowed people's side. Okay, our children have no identity.
Right.
They were pledging allegiance to them, their flag, not ours.
FaZe, I think that's the basic thing of it. Our people, we're trying to make our own definitions. So we're trying to say black means this, black means that. It's like I don't want to sound fucked up, but it's kind of delusional. And I used to be there. I used to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Black was supreme. Black was this. Black was that. And we making up our own definitions of what black is, and we trying to run with it. It's emotional attachment. We're emotionally attached to these illusionary identities.
And it has a lot to do with, like I said before, if you live a certain way for a certain time, change is not going to happen. For a lot of people. Now, for a lot of people, just like my mother, for instance, I feel so proud that she's my mother because she says, yes, baby, I will stop calling people black. And I understand what that is. And for my mother to say that, this inside, just talking about it, I get this feeling inside. Because even she said, if she had that, what I have now, she might have been able to make a change because she would have spread it to our family. She would have spread it through this. So a lot of people don't understand that it has to start somewhere. hip hop started somewhere, had to start. There was a creation of it. And so if we, as a people, say, okay, listen, have I called you black?
Not that I can remember, no.
Why? You know why? Because you're not black.
Right.
And you're my brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put that on you. You're not sinful. You're not evil. You're not without substance.
Right.
So I'm not gonna do that.
Look, FaZe. All right. Getting down to the last couple of questions. Look, I'm down for FBA, meaning Foundational Brown American.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you are on the point.
Okay.
You are on.
So you can rep that.
Yes.
You can rep that. Foundational
Yes,
Brown
rep
American.
that.
It's still FBA.
Yes. I can rep that.
Foundational Brown American.
Damn.
All right.
That's what I am.
Right. Right.
That's what I am.
All right.
So that's a good one.
All right.
Yes, you got that.